Can we talk about net zero and Ed Miliband?
Sure.
There's been lots of... When it comes to nuclear power...
Yep.
I mean, there's been lots of support for nuclear... I mean... Boris Johnson was saying only 18 months ago, you know, we should have been planning these nuclear sites a decade earlier.
Yep.
But it didn't happen, apparently, because of the Liberal Democrats. But now Ed Miliband's injected $2.7 billion into Sizewell C because other people are pulling out the funding. We don't even have guarantees it's going to happen, do we?
No, and this is the problem, is that we have such prohibitively high costs in terms of building our nuclear power stations, and it's partly due to some self-inflicted burdens, such as we don't, I believe, have standardisation for how we build these nuclear power stations, which obviously increases costs. Also, we've had a lot of political flip-flopping on all of this. We've not built any power stations, I believe, for 40 years. And as a result of that, it's a cross-party failure. It is one of the most damning indictments of this country. We're just unable to build the infrastructure we need to keep up the population. Now, I think that nuclear is definitely something the government ought to be considering as a sort of very much a sort of balanced basket approach to it. So obviously you have wind, you have things like solar, etc. But you also have nuclear. And I will be interested to see whether Ed Miliband is going to do some of the necessary stuff around the cost. It's not about just shoveling over government money. It's also about bringing down the cost of building these things. And where you're taking a look at regulation, you're taking a look at standardisation. All these things need to be looked at the totality if we are to get our electricity down and, for instance, you know, help people such as the Scunthorpe Steelworks. The reason why they're suffering so much is our electricity costs are 4 times higher than the United States.
But how wise is it pouring billions of pounds into a project that the government still hasn't taken a final decision on whether to build it or not?
I mean,
it's 8 billion or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, I think it's Dale Vince, who's one of Labour's biggest environmental backers. He's very much against it. He's saying this is going to cost sort of 30+ billion, etc. The problem is, as we all know from a raft of government projects, they almost invariably come over budget and over time. All you can do is say, look, if we don't get crack on with this now, we're going to have what we have in 2010, which is when Nick Clegg, there's this famous viral video, you might have seen it, saying, oh, yes, we didn't want any nuclear power stations. They'd only come online until 2022, 2023. So you can imagine if we'd built all this 10 years earlier, we should have built it yesterday, we didn't, so we ought to start building some of it now for tomorrow.
Yeah.